Okay guys, Hoyoverse finally shared some shocking info about the new characters that will appear in version 3.2 last week. And, as we suspected before, Castorice and Anaxa will fill the banner in the upcoming version 3.2. Hoyoverse also revealed that Castorice will be the second limited character after Aglaea with the Remembrance path, and that she shares the same quantum type as Tribbie, who is coming in patch 3.1. On the other hand, Anaxa, the second character in patch 3.2, has a wind type with the Erudition path. Very interesting, right? Actually, I'm curious to see if they will become valuable characters down the road. Now, without further ado, I'm Hoyostation, and in this video, we'll be talking about the new characters in version 3.2, Castorice and Anaxa. Let's do this. Do you have a character or weapon in the game that you really want but you don't have enough stellar jades? Here's a smarter way to recharge your favorite games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. Look no further than Lootbar. Lootbar is the most reliable top-up platform. It saves up to 20% for all orders compared with the official channel, and it provides an 80% off for your first purchase. It's 100% safe as you will only be using your UID. We will buy pack for 3,000 stellar jades for $42, which otherwise would have costed $50. Totally saving $7.5. We received the crystals we purchased in the last than 3 minutes. All recharges will be done through the official channel with miHoyo, which allows you to enjoy all top-up offers. Ready to level up your gaming experience? Check the link in the description to get the amazing discount. Alright, first let's talk about the two characters that are coming out, Castorice and Anaxa. As you can see, Castorice has an elegant outfit that's a mix of pink and purple. There's also a dragon behind her, which is probably her memo sprite. It looks like Castorice is a character with the quantum type and the Remembrance path, so she's probably becoming a DPS or sub-DPS in your team, depends on the team composition you are using. As we know, she's also plays the role of the Undertaker in Ohema as well as Aglaea's Executioner, which we saw in Story 3.0. Anyway, as for the second character that will appear in version 3.2 is Anaxa. He's an interesting character, with an elegant male model and a lot of misery. In this picture, we can see a glimpse of Anaxa's left thigh, which is usually closed, and it's glowing blue. We can also see that later, Anaxa will fill the role of a wind-type character with the Erudition path. A small note here that Anaxa is the first Erudition character with a wind type, which is interesting because Honkai Star Rail doesn't currently have a wind type character on the Erudition path till now. Unlike Castorice, Anaxa is likely to become sub-DPS character since he has a lot of hits that can debuff the enemy. We've talked a bit about their appearances, and now we will discuss the latest info about these two characters. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about Castorice. As I mentioned earlier, this character has a quantum type and Remembrance path. This is a fairly new thing in the game since Remembrance path was also only introduced in 3.0. As we know, there are only two Remembrance characters in the game right now, Trailblazer and Aglaea. Many players are saying that Castorice will have a different kit from the two of them. Unlike the previous two characters, Castorice will have a kit combined from several characters such as Bailu, Jingyuan, Blade, and Jingliu. There's talk going around that Castorice will have a kit that can revive teammates, her dragon minion that can be her biggest damage output, HP scaling, and the ability to reduce the HP of teammates. I'm particularly interested in her kit that can revive teammates, which is pretty rare for sustained characters in Honkai Star Rail. As far as I know, the only characters with kits that can revive teammates are Bailu, Huohuo's Eidolon 2, and Fushuan's Eidolon 2. Let's assume that Huohuo and Fushuan are a bit out of reach for us because of their Eidolon. That means only Bailu can revive teammates without having an Eidolon. So, with Castorice's revive kit, she could be an important character in the future. It is also known that Castorice's revive effect is also rumored to be able to revive one each character. So, obviously this effect will be much better than what Bailu currently has. There are a few things that need to be emphasized in her rumor kit. First, Castorice can increase her damage output if her HP gets lower, guys. I think this kit rumor is interesting because it suggests that Castorice is at the lowest HP possible to unleash her best potential, rather than needing sustain to maintain a stable HP. Another interesting thing is her energy mechanism, which is said to be a bit special compared to some other characters, guys. Is her energy mechanism similar to Acheron's or Veixiao's mechanism that requires us to do certain things to get her energy? One last interesting thing that I should mention in this video is that Castorice is rumored to have the ability to join attack with her Memo Sprite. This is similar to a mechanic that Aglaea had in version 3.0, allowing her and the Garment Maker to attack enemies simultaneously, which can trigger some buff effects, like Robin's ultimate ability being active twice. Isn't that interesting? Now, given Castorice's unique kit, the big question is, where does her team composition lie? This is definitely going to be a hot topic among Honkai Star Players. What do you think? Alright, we've already gone in pretty in-depth about Castorice, so now we are going to chat about this awesome character. As I mentioned before, Anaxa is the first wind-type character on the Erudition path, which is pretty cool. It's been almost 2 years since we've had a wind-type character on the Erudition path, so this is an interesting development. Now we'll talk about some rumors going around among players about Anaxa's kit. Word is, Anaxa's got a kit designed as an Erudition exclusive character. But unlike Acheron, he doesn't need a character with the same path on his team. This will relate to his trees, which will buff Erudition character on his team if certain conditions are met. From the kit, I'd say Anaxa will be on team with Erudition that has a DPS kit like the Herta. The Herta seems like a good fit since she's got the right skills to support Erudition. Anaxa's kit is pretty interesting. There are rumors that he can provide a defense reduction debuff, increased damage boost, and most importantly, weakness implants to enemies. If you read a little more into the existing rumors, you will see that Anaxa can provide multiple weaknesses to the enemy, meaning enemies can have up to 7 weakness types. It seems like a broken effect, right? On top of that, there's some basic info about the effect of his dedicated light cone, which seems to have increased critical damage and can also give enemies vulnerability debuffs when they're hit. Even though this is just basic information, it seems like the effect is pretty interesting. What do you think? Well, we finally come to the last segment of this video. Are they worth picking up in version 3.2? First, for Castorice. As I stated earlier, we don't know the details about her kit yet. So far what we know is that Castorice can revive teammates and also has a mechanism that can reduce the HP of her teammates. But one thing for sure is that Castorice is a character that will likely pair well with abundance units that can provide area heals such as Linsha, Wowo, and Glagger. Although this is just a guess of mine. So if you need a quantum type character that is rarely released by Hoyoverse, then you need to consider this character. Moreover, this character has a lot of fans among Honkai Star players, like when Firefly was released. Now one thing that is big enough reason to take Castorice if you currently have Sunday but do not have Aglaea who has Remembrance path. As we know, Sunday is a character whose kit can be maximized if paired with Remembrance path. So, taking Castorice in 3.2, especially if you currently have Sunday, is the right step. Now we will move on to Anaxa. Unlike Castorice, we can now guess a little about the value of this character. First, Anaxa is the first wind-type Erudition path character in Honkai Star Rail. Given that this is the first time we have Erudition wind, we may be waiting for a long time if we want to get a character with a similar path and type. So the value for this character will be interesting, right? Second, Anaxa is also rumored to be an Erudition support for the Herta and other Erudition DPS units. Because at first glance we can see that he has the ability to provide debuffs while dealing damage to the enemy. But according to me personally, the most important value of Anaxa is his main ability that can provide a very valuable weakness implant. If this rumor is true, then this character is very worthwhile character to take because he can certainly be used in many combat situations. Okay guys, maybe that's all for information about the two characters that will appear in version 3.2. What do you think? Do you want to take Castorice and also Anaxa in the upcoming version 3.2? Please type in the comments down below. And don't forget to check out my other videos because they are no less cool. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.